Dun dun do 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 do. Dun do do.
Got a harmonica.
Yeah.
A broken harmonica.
Rob has turned into a blowfish, and everyone is back. And now here's Coach Crendor, and Bear.
Well, not quite everybody. I'd consider Apollo a regular member of the cast at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no dog.
today. But...
He's doing the dad craft, right?
Yeah, he's
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, gamers?
What's up, gamers? Welcome back to 454852 YouTube channel, where we're gaming out all day, all night long. Smash that like button, subscribe, and make sure to leave a comment.
Smash it, whore.
Smash that like button.
Who's the original like button smasher? Because everyone, like literally everyone, has memed the smash the like button guy, but who was the original one?
I'm associated with Jacksepticeye.
Yeah, I think
I don't know if he's the original, but in my mind, he's like when I think of smash, he's like smash that like button in the face, you know, like that kind of thing.
Like button.
There's a like button it is.
There's like, as somebody who's been on YouTube for like 13 years, it was like, when I started, it was like the Wild West. Like, nobody knew anything. You're just like, there is the video. It's fucking 480p and fucking broken. And then people started, like, picking up on what to do. Like, oh, algorithms. Oh, the like button matters. Like,
tags don't matter at all. Oh, wow.
yeah. So then
Wasted a lot of time with that.
Way too many hours of my life.
And now we're at a point where people got, like, robots and shit, like, analyzing everything. Like, if I change this part of the thumbnail, it gets 0.8% more clear. It's like we're in the cybermetrics of, like...
Yeah, it sucks, dude. I just make content now. I don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I do know lots about how it works now, and it definitely helps out a lot. But if anyone wants a very quick YouTube tip, changing your thumbnail about 12 or 13 hours after your video goes live, very good.
I've actually heard that too, yeah.
Very good.
Really? Changing your thumbnail?
Yep. The algorithm looks at it as a brand new video and reinserts it for recommended tabs, even if they've already received it once.
Wow.
Oh, even if you just like change like one little thing about it and just re-upload
it. It has to be different from what you you previously posted. So it can't be like you just move the number. Like it has to actually be completely different. All right, the algorithm recognizes it as a fresh video.
We're gonna test that.
Is starting to tune out.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay, but now, we're gonna test that for this episode. And this episode only. I'm not doing this again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're gonna change the thumbnail 12 hours after this upload.
Right.
If I remember, which I probably won't, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah, no, it's almost certainly not.
Well, if we talk about it at least 6 more times through the course of the episode, he'll remember.
That's true.
a good
That's
point.
science.
It's also Crendor, and he won't. So
he's going to remember to post a new thumbnail 12 hours from now. Okay,
if
there's
I
one.
type in our chat, change thumbnail. Okay, now I'm gonna have to remember.
done it.
Yeah, he's definitely going to remember.
All right.
Because you're
But are
definitely...
you ready for some football?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you for listening to the YouTube Metrics algorithm podcast. Now we'll move on.
The first 5 minutes is wild card, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
I think they have bought into that by now.
It was Rob who brought it up in the first place. So thanks, Rob.
Sorry. I'm a tangential guy. I talk about tangents.
Tangents are fun.
I like
When you're a
tangents.
Jets fan, you got nothing else to talk about.
It's unfortunately true.
Yeah. I mean, that's very true. So football happened this week. We had big stuff happen and bad stuff happen, like this Thursday night game that happened. Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
Cowboys Saints. Man, Taysom Hill was awful.
We keep having these why aren't they playing him situations, and then the game comes where they play him, and we're like, oh,
that makes sense. Yeah.
I
mean, in fairness, like he is really like he's not actually a QB. He's like
He's
tight
a hybrid
end
player.
running
Yeah.
back.
He did
know,
run for
gadget
101
guy.
yards on 11
Yeah,
carries.
to be fair, like he did a lot of the legwork, like literally, but
Yeah.
also threw 4 picks and was primarily the reason they lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
Taysom Hill was Taysom bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hill
They're going
is
to be
the
like
opposite of
Taysom
bad.
Hill
There
was
was a little bit of elegance
Taysom
to
like
that, but yeah, we'll give it to you.
Taysom open plains. It is.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, yeah. Now we're talking.
Taysom Valleys.
All right,
There you
we
go.
go. That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. That is an opposite.
So sadly, the Saints are still in playoff contention in the NFC.
Yeah.
Yep.
At
At 5 and 7.
Yep. Kind of like the Atlanta Falcons. I still don't understand. But on the other side, Dak did okay.
Oh, quick shout out, little Jordan Humphrey, by the way, for no reason
Oh,
other than
yeah.
his name. Just
It's-
gotta
oh,
get it
yeah.
out there again.
It's very good. Yeah.
Will Jordan Humphrey got the touchdown for the Saints.
It's a good touchdown, too.
Oh, also the touchdown, I suppose, is worth shouting out. Yeah, besides his
Yeah.
name. Also the name.
Shout out to Tony Pollard for getting me fantasy points, 71 yards and a touchdown. And I won fantasy this week by 1.4 points.
Ooh.
Right?
That's nice.
Yep. And I had the Buffalo defense. I just didn't even start him. I was like, I've already won. So I just took the defense off. So now, playoff fantasy update. Bear is in at number 1.
Yeah.
Sinvicta is in. The London Patriots are in. And then there is a battle for the final 3 spots. So it looks like NG's Wolfpack's going to get in. Then there's me and Rob at 7 and 6. So right now we're all in the playoffs. However, the only way we all don't make the playoffs is the Puppy Eaters has to win this week and score like 80 plus
84
points.
more than you.
Yeah. So if I score like 100 points this week, he'd have to score like 180 in order to
Massive
surprise.
downfall, by the way, for the Puppy Eaters this year, losing 5 in a row to fall out of the playoffs by the end.
Oh, that's rough.
That is rough.
I'm on a 2-game losing streak. It's not looking good coming up.
And I
right
play
before the
against you this
playoffs.
week.
I know.
So
I mean, you're pretty well locked in, though, as long as you don't score 106 points less than the Puppy Eaters, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope so.
It should
I'm
be locked
mad
in.
because the last 2 weeks I've lost only because the team that I was playing put up like career numbers,
Yeah.
and I was forced to start Lamar because Jalen Hurts just decided that he just wasn't going to play this week. So thanks, Jalen.
Well, I
I
would
have
say-
no idea how I've managed to stay at
There's-
first place in the league. My
I know.
lineup, half of my lineup has been injured 3 times in
Dude.
separate instances over the league.
It's hilarious because that's literally it's the same thing that happened to me last season.
Yeah, I remember that,
and
yeah.
I won. Yeah, so I mean, maybe that's an
So
omen.
this is it just keeps happening. This is such a
Yeah.
weird pattern.
yeah,
Keep getting away with it.
you know what it
never-
is because it when you get your players injured, it forces you to log on to your fantasy and like search
You
through
actually have
like
to do things.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm never drafting Christian McCaffrey again.
It's a gamble at this point. Yeah, no, I don't really
Yeah.
blame you.
So
And Jalen Hurts is on bye this week, so I have to start Lamar again.
I mean, you know,
So the big
Could be
thing
worse.
is Bear is going to get a bye week.
Yep.
Automatically. And then either Sinvicta or the London Patriots get the bye week, probably just depending on if they win or lose. And then all of us will be battling it out. It's possible I play Rob like 2 weeks in a row.
It is.
yeah, it could happen.
That'd be kind of wild.
I'm very excited that we're all going to make it the playoffs. more
Yeah.
than likely. That's-
Barring
pretty
a
cool, yeah.
Christmas miracle, we are all into the playoffs.
yeah.
So, yeah, so that's the fantasy update. And the Cowboys won this shitty game.
Yep.
Yeah, 27-17.
Yep. Mike McCarthy didn't coach it, by the way. Look at that.
Oh right, yeah, he was on the COVID protocol or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
That's why I picked the Cowboys.
Yeah, he was having a COVID moment.
Yep.
Very good.
Well, then the Colts shut out the Texans
Yep.
31-0.
Right back to
Nada.
where they always were. And
Yeah.
I don't know how those 2 wins, what happened there is still the
Yep.
magical mystery of the day.
the league is just a nightmare this year. I think.
I
Like,
guess.
there's no super dominant teams, and like there's. I almost want to say like there's no like garbage bin teams, and I probably can't because the Lions won this week. I mean, spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, just like this, these Texans did so bad in this
Yeah.
game. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
They were at
They
home.
home.
Yeah, they were at
In
home.
a divisional game.
Did you see how many people weren't in the stands for this game?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say like when you're playing a home game as a shitty team, it's not really that much of an advantage.
But
Yeah.
I mean, still though, you got like the sense of pride must at least still be there a little bit.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just, oh man, there was nothing to write home about here for this Texans team. That
Oh,
was bad.
I did overhear a conversation, and I won't name the person who said this, but because they're Texans fans, they're like, "Our team's so bad, they'd probably lose to a college football team." I'm like, okay, well, the thing is that these are still like professional football
Yeah.
players. They will smoke any non-professional.
I feel like we
team
have this
out there.
discussion every year too.
Every season,
yeah,
yeah,
we
no,
do.
of course.
Well, it's,
Yeah.
it's just because it's just the mentality of just like
People still,
losing just
Yeah.
bad and bad. Like they're so bad, the Yankees would lose to this T-ball team. It's like, okay, well, like they
I think
actually
this
won't.
Texans team could beat the Yankees for sure. Like if they
Yeah,
put
yeah, I
the
think they
Yankees
could.
out on the field,
I could
against
see that,
an NFL team.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they'd win.
Especially if it's like a fist fight, because there's just way
Oh
more
yeah, no,
yeah.
players on the
Texans could
NFL
beat the
team.
Yankees in a fist fight. Oh no
Yeah.
doubt.
They outnumber them by like at least like
by
2 to
sheer
1.
numbers alone, that's just not fair. Well, I don't know. Baseball squad's pretty big too.
That's true. It's not
But
53.
they're not football.
The thing was
Football
like
big.
Exactly.
with these people saying that, you don't realize like these are the best players from college that got drafted to the NFL.
We always make these points. We don't need to make these points again for the love of God.
We're gonna make it
save
one
us.
more time, and we're never gonna
No,
bring
we
it up
don't
again.
need to. They-
the best
Actually,
players.
I'll remind people of one other thing, which is that they used to do that. The worst team in the NFL used to play the best college team, and they stopped doing that
Long time
because the worst team in the NFL would absolutely
Beat the
demolish
shit.
them. Yeah, it would be a bunch of grown professional athletes beating the fuck out of children who do not play for a salary at all. Like it's just. Yeah,
Like
no,
just watch the players that come into the NFL, like where the rookies, the quarterback class this year, like, oh yeah, the game's pretty easy to pick up, and then they get fucking slammed.
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
I could just
This
run a play
conversation
action
is
fake.
like so much less relevant this year too, because we're not even dealing with historically bad teams anymore. This Texans team beat the Titans.
Yeah.
They beat a college team. It's not even a conversation right now.
Yeah.
And like the Colts, they're like a good team. Like you have
They
Jonathan
are.
Taylor, who's insane. You have the defense is solid. Like they have Michael Pittman Jr. is good. They got T.Y. Hilton. Wentz does all right. Like they're not bad. They're a playoff team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I've been enjoying the in-season Hard Knocks.
I forgot that was even
I haven't
happening.
watched. Yeah, I forgot too.
Oh, you guys haven't been watching it?
I forgot it was
No.
happening. No.
Oh man, you should definitely watch last week's when they were preparing for the Bucks because it is just great.
Who was it again? Who's
the Colts.
Colts.
Oh, the Colts. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually a fun
Well-
team to watch for it.
Yeah, I will say that I admire their head coach. I forget his name.
Frank Reich, right?
Frank
Yeah.
Wright. Yeah. He's actually really cool to listen to and watch on the show. And I didn't realize that he was part of that comeback that the Bills did against the Oilers back in the day. He was, and
Who was that?
he led them to, I think there was a Super Bowl win that year. Or no, they led them to the Super Bowl, not the win, because I don't think the Bills have actually ever won.
No, yeah.
But I didn't
0-4.
realize that was him. And like he's super duper religious, so like you never hear him swear at all, like all the other coaches do. And like in fact, there's very little swearing in the in-season period. It's pretty fascinating, and I think that all comes from him.
Weird.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
sucks.
Sounds.
It's way better than the Cowboys one was.
Oh
I'll tell you
yeah,
that.
I'll not doubt that in the slightest.
Yeah, it's worth watching. They're only 3 episodes in.
In season just seems better in general.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit about preseason.
It's incredible how fast they get a turnaround on that too. Like, I mean, they get it like less than a week after the game had happened. And get ready for the next one. It's really cool.
Yeah. Plus, like, you don't have the like, this dude's trying to make the team.
Right,
Undrafted.
Yeah, you have to worry about watching like the scrubs. Like, I love like goldfish in my.
Yeah. He did love his goldfish. He loved it too much. So we had the Vikings Lions, and the one time I don't pick the Lions, that's when they win.
Dude, this was a fun game.
It was.
Yeah.
It was wild at the end.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
like, what a dramatic finish. Like, what a moment. That was cool as hell.
I think everybody felt good for Dan Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Talk about your lockbuster right here.
yeah. No, I was every week I'm tempted to take the Lions, and I almost did it this week. But after that Thanksgiving game, I was like, they lost all hope. It's gone. Otherwise, I would have did it. But yeah, they were up
Did this
20 to
without
6.
Swift, dude.
Yeah, wow, they did without Swift. Jamal Williams, former Packer, 71 yards. The big one was the touchdown at the end from, I think it was Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Which is also an awesome name.
Very good.
Yeah.
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 He's related to Equanimous St. Brown on the Packers.
Yeah. Two
So-
fantastic names for first names.
Yep.
Except he's an Egyptian god of the sun.
Right, yeah, so You
Yep.
can't really beat that.
Also, Justin Jefferson's pretty good, 182 yards and a touchdown and 11 catches.
Holy shit. I
bad.
haven't watched this kid play yet. This is the first time I'd seen him play. Oh, my God. He is good. He is
a
really
monster.
good.
Yeah, he's
He
insane.
kind of reminds me of Randy Moss a little bit.
He does, which is kind of ironic 'cause he's playing with the Vikings.
Yeah.
The
Might
Vikings
just
are
be it,
the-
actually.
Yeah. Well, the Vikings, they're another one of those teams that just keep getting wide receivers somehow.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
keep getting like just god tier wide receivers.
Yeah,
And
that's
if only
Stephon
they had
Diggs.
a quarterback that could throw to them.
You mean top tier quarterbacks like Kirk Cousins,
mean,
Dante
top-tier
Culpepper?
quarterbacks like Kirk Cousins and Dante Culpepper.
I mean, look, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Say what you will about Kirk Cousins as a man,
will.
but and you probably should. But he's got 3,300 yards on the year with 25 touchdowns to only 3 picks, so he's doing quite well for
I will
the
say-
Vikings are 5-7.
That's true.
I will say the Vikings have a very good offense. Their issue is their defense is terrible, as you could see by the end of the game against the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, they gave up an entire field's worth of drive to the Lions of all team and still lost.
What made no sense to me was they were rushing 3 and they still couldn't cover. So like you're rushing 3 players, but you can't. That's the whole point of rushing 3 is you can cover the entire field, but they couldn't cover it. So why even rush 3? Just rush like 7 or something.
Just rush 5.
Yeah,
At that
literally
point.
anything.
And what coach is specifically talking about is towards the end of the game when they were just trying to play different. They were just all they were doing is prevent. They were just going for straight up prevent defense. And the Vikings, despite still not getting any pressure on the quarterback, were unable to stop the pass. They did this for the entire drive.
The funniest
They
part of the
still didn't stop
drive
'em.
was that one of those plays they decided to blitz and it worked, and then they
Yeah.
didn't do it again.
Yeah.
It was like I don't understand, but I don't give a shit because Packers are now 1 win away and a Vikings loss away from clinching the NFC North.
Oh,
Woo!
baby. That is exciting.
That is exciting.
I
So
wonder what that's like. It's been a long time.
it's pretty
How
fun.
long has it been, Rob?
Over 10 years.
Hey, at least you didn't
It's
like.
been a long time since I've been in the division lead as well.
Yeah, at least you didn't win it last year and then get your hopes up again for this year and then have it taken away very fast.
Only to lose to the Buccaneers in the NFC Championship.
Yep. Honestly,
Go Bucs.
overall though, I think great Lions win. Happy they got it. And I showed you that video of like people in the stands. Some dude was like walking down the stairs like hallelujah. He's like, yes.
Dude, that was like a fucking NFC championship win atmosphere.
It really was.
I don't know why they would be winning the NFC. Oh, wait, that is the NFC, right? Yeah. No,
Yeah, it's the NFC.
But that was wild.
It was legit like a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
It is insane.
They're like the guy just like high stepping down the stairs. We won! Actually won!
Like
That's
it's
a quality W against a quality team, too,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
it's what the Texans like should have been doing. But that's why I think Dan Campbell is gonna be their coach of the future. Like the dude just
Those
gets his
locker room
players.
videos, dude, you can tell. Like, that whole team
Yeah,
is just
like,
completely bought
they
into
love
this guy.
him.
He
Yeah.
motivates the team. He gets them to play. Like even if he's bad at play calling, like just hire a coordinator, whatever. Like, who gives a
Yeah.
shit?
Even if he drinks like 10
That's a
lattes
secret.
and
Chewing on all the ankles of
fighting
all the
all the
players.
angles.
So I hope they start improving now. And congratulations, Lions.
Yeah.
Then we had the Dolphins beat the Giants and
Dolphins in the playoff picture? What the freaking frick?
What
They've
the
won what 5 straight now?
Yep,
5 or 6
five
straight, or
straight wins.
Yeah, second longest streak, second only to
Ooh, I know this one. It's the New England Patriots.
that's correct, Bear. The New England Patriots.
Yeah. Now, who'd the Dolphins beat? Let's check.
That'd be the
So-
this
Giants.
week or the
I
previous
mean, just in general, they beat the Giants, they beat the Panthers, the Jets, the Ravens, the Texans.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
Ravens one is the one that threw everything for a loop for the
Yeah.
rest of the
Yeah.
season.
Meanwhile, they've had their asses kicked by the Buccaneers, Bills, and the well, I guess that's it, really. but-
Colts,
Yeah.
they kind of just
Yeah, the
normally
Colts,
lost
yeah.
to. They lost to the Jaguars
They did lose to the
and the Falcons. I still don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still
So
not a
they're
Dolphin
like
believer.
they're good enough to beat the bad teams, but not good enough to beat the good teams, which
Yeah.
puts them like right in the middle. You know, they're gonna
Yeah.
have this would be an 8-8 kind of year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
it's
they
starting to shape
got
up
16
that way.
games. Yeah.
they got Jets Saints, which are both winnable, and they got Titans Patriots, which they probably will lose.
Losable. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a perfect 8 and 9.
9 this
8
year.
and
8 and
9,
9. That sounds right. That's so weird. Still 8 and 9. Whatever.
Yeah,
We'll
it
get used
needs
to
to
it.
be an even number.
Yeah.
No. I like this, man. It's this way. There's no middle of the road.
Even,
You're
yeah.
either
That's
a
true.
winning or a losing team every year,
Fair,
unless
yeah.
you tie, in which case, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Jeff Fisher in shambles. So we had Mike Glennon start this one.
Glenn on.
Glennon, indeed.
Do you think he says that in the mirror before every game he starts?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he does it.
On.
That's what he does when he puts on his helmet, like he's Johnny Blaze from the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Glenn on.
You think when he's done, he walks out the field and he's like, Glenn off.
Yeah,
absolutely.
honored. Like it's
course.
solemnly to himself. Yes,
Right.
100%.
No matter what he does, he's bad, and that's it. And they lost, and the Giants are not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Again.
You know, by the way, like people shit on the Jets a lot, rightfully so. But the Giants have actually been nearly as bad. I think they've been actually technically worse in win rate over the same stretch of time as the Jets have been bad. So the Giants are also bad.
Yeah, fuck the Giants.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
not Jets bad, though.
They're technically speaking, they are worse. I think.
Giants.
They do have double the amount of wins that the Jets do.
This
I
year,
think he's
yeah.
talking about like over the last like 10 years.
Oh, the
Yeah,
last 10 years,
yeah,
I got
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Let's see. 'Cause they're 4-8 this year. Last year they were 6-10. Then they were 4-12. Then they were
we can just take
5-11.
Rob's word for it, really.
Yeah, we can take
There
Rob's
was some
word.
stat I read offhand. You know,
13.
basically it's been pretty rough in Giantstown as well.
It
Yeah,
seems-
not just Jetstown.
Yeah,
It's all New York sports.
for the last 5-ish years, they've been a losing team below 500. So
Yeah.
that's
So-
really all that matters.
Mm.
So then we had the Buccaneers beat the Falcons.
Ooh, I literally didn't watch this game because I wanted to get sleep.
I watched.
I mean, you knew that they were going to win. Like,
Oh yeah, big
Yeah.
time.
very true. Yeah.
I was happy because Chris Godwin got me 30 points. He was literally a third of my fantasy points just from 143 yards.
Brady threw it 51 times. What the fuck?
Yeah,
that's absurd. He's 40 something.
Yeah,
he's 43.
He's 59. Like, what the hell?
He threw 4 touchdowns, man. 368. Yeah. He's still putting up those kind of numbers.
It's ridiculous.
Still, it's one of his best seasons ever.
He's the number 1 quarterback in fantasy.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that shit?
That is wild.
That really is the. I mean, there's no part of Tom Brady is the wildest part, I guess, but like that's one of the wildest parts.
To me, that's got to be one of the most insane ones. Like, you're still like 3rd round picking Tom fucking Brady. He's 45.
Yeah. I mean, like even you could look at like contemporaries of his, like guys like Ben Roethlisberger right now, or Drew Brees like last year or something,
or Matt Ryan 5 years ago or something like that.
Yeah. Like the people generally, like, their skills tend to decline in this extremely physical game.
Drop the fuck off sometimes too.
Like Matt Ryan.
Yeah. But Tom Brady's getting better somehow.
Yep. Not like Matt Ryan.
I mean, Matt Ryan's also surrounded by the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
I mean, if you put Tom Brady on the Atlanta Falcons, like, he's probably not going to be doing as well as he's doing.
That's a good point. Yeah,
probably not, because the Buccaneers receivers are just.
It's very true.
Scary.
Yeah,
and our
does have a very
defense.
good team around him.
Our defense did look good from the highlights that I saw. I know that both Sue and Vita Vea just went off, so. I'm proud of him, but thanks for letting me sleep in on Sunday.
Well, I wanted to bring up some fun facts since this game was boring. While the average NFL player only lasts about 3.5 years, the 43-year-old Tom Brady in his 22nd season, well, now he's 44, is one of the NFL's oldest players. So can you name some of the oldest players to ever play in the top 10?
Adam Vinatieri.
Yeah,
yes.
He's up there.
He is up there. He's number 3.
I'm going to say Vinny Testaverde.
Yes.
He was. Yeah,
he was 44.
Tony Gonzalez.
Nope.
He wasn't that old. Yeah.
Jerry Rice.
Otto Graham. He played until in his 40s, right?
He might have, but he's not in the top 10.
Scott.
Jerry Rice is not there. Nope. Scott is not there. Some of these you would probably never guess. Nope. So
Junior Seau died.
It's got to be a lot of kickers, right?
Probably, it is a decent amount of kickers.
It's gonna be it'd be Janikowski.
Nope.
Oh yeah, there you go. Oh
really?
Wow.
Nope.
How old is he now? I don't think he's even that old anymore. I don't think he's that old.
Yeah, he's dead now. So
he just died.
So I'll give you Testaverde was 44. He led the Panthers to a win at age 44. Sinvicta got that one. Then we had Steve DeBerg, played from 78 to 98 with 7 teams. He was 44.
Tarkenton.
I don't think Tarkenton's
Grant Tarkenton?
Here. Nope.
Did he play that long?
Maybe he did. He's not there. Nope.
Damn it.
We had Bobby Marshall, a defensive end, was 45. That's an old defensive end.
That is.
Richie Incognito.
Nope. That's not there. Wow, that was in the 1920 to 25 era.
Yeah,
Bobby
I
Marshall.
didn't play with helmets back then.
There was someone in the 50s era that I forget. I think maybe it was on the Browns or the Colts. I feel like there was someone in the 50s era that played until he was like 45 and he retired at 45. No,
you're getting kind of close. You're thinking.
Yeah,
you're thinking.
I know who. I know the player. His name is in my mind.
I think you would all know them.
What about Walter Payton?
Nope.
Yeah, he didn't play that long. I don't think either.
Number 7 was Gary Anderson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gary Anderson.
He was 45. Then we had Ben Agajanian. He was in the 40s to the 60s. Then there was known as the toeless wonder, Agajanian had 4 amputated toes and still managed to play across 3 decades? What the shit?
Holy shit, dude. Wow. How the hell have we never heard of that guy?
It's very
I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
John
Especially
Messer.
in that era where you just getting bodied on every play.
Yeah, seriously. John Nesser, offensive line, played till he was 46. John Carney, kicker, played till he was 46. He played with a lot of teams recently. 2010 was his last year. Then we had Vinatieri. Then we had Morton Anderson. He was the dude who was right after Gary Anderson. And number one, he was 47 when he retired.
Wow.
Number one, at 48 years old, the oldest player was George Blanda.
There you go. That's him.
Blanda.
Yeah,
Fuck,
Blanda.
dude. I knew I was gonna hate myself the moment I heard the name.
Yep.
Yeah.
From 49 to 75.
Yeah.
Woo.
That's
Just
old,
wild,
man, dude.
He played.
You always see his name on the they pop those old man stats up all the time when you have Tom Brady records going on. I always saw George Blanda.
Yeah.
And he played before Super Bowl era. Like he was winning. NFL championships, I think, in his day.
Yeah. No, he was.
How old was the Fridge when he retired?
Probably not that old. I think he was only like 35 or something.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Usually those players retire pretty quickly because it just takes a toll on your body.
It says about 34.
All right. Well,
We'll never know.
Who could ever? Yeah, there's no way to possibly determine that.
As I was typing that, it said one of the autocompletes that apparently some psychopath has typed in Google at one point or another said, "How old was William Perry when he was a refrigerator?"
Not inaccurate, I guess.
I see what you're going for, but I don't think he was actually a refrigerator.
Well, that was the Buccaneers game. Yep. Then we had the Eagles. The Eagles beat the Jets.
Yeah.
Jets.
The big story here was Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
Minshew Mania returns, 20 of 25, 242 with 2 touchdowns.
That's another man you can't help but love if you got like a soul in your body. If you see that, you see like the childlike joy on his face when he's dancing around and playing this game. Oh, man, that's great.
Even after the game.
Did you see his outfit when he came in too? When he came
yes,
bomber jacket, fantastic. Aviators. Yeah.
There was a video of him finding a fan that had his jersey after the game, and he got so stoked, dude. Like, it's so adorable.
It is. Like, this is the man I would choose to lead the Eagles going forward. Listen, no offense to Jalen Hurts, but he just can't throw the football. Like, unless it's garbage time. People are like, look at his stats. All those stats came in garbage time. Every week, I'm like, oh, look, Jalen Hurts is doing nothing, and it's the fourth quarter, switching prevent defense. Okay, now he's throwing it. Yep. Like, that doesn't mean you can't play him. Like, you can do do what the Saints did with like Breeze and then put Taysom Hill in and do some wacky shit. Like that's what they should be doing.
Yeah.
And then
he's still young. Yeah.
Yeah. And then if Minshew starts doing bad, then go back to him. Like there's no reason not to.
Just turn him into a wide receiver.
Frankly, like after Minshew's year last year, I don't know why he wasn't starting somewhere. Like the past 2 years, like he had very solid years with shitty Jacksonville Jaguars teams. His first year starting a lot for the Jaguars, he had 21 touchdowns and 6 picks, and he only started 12 games. And then the second year, he had over 2,000 yards, 16 touchdowns to 5 picks. Like he should be a starter somewhere. Like I really think he should be. Like I don't know why he hasn't been.
I don't get, especially in Philadelphia. Like it feels like they need this. Like he led the team. Like of course it's the Jets. So I mean, hold your horses. But like I think he deserves to get another chance or two.
And Rob, gotta say, congrats. Congrats. The day has been won by the Jets. NFL.com has finally acknowledged the existence of Zach Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
On their stat sheet. Congrats, Rob. You did it.
I forgot he's there.
You made it through the dark times. Congrats to the New York Jets. Zach Wilson has finally got his own stat line on NFL.com.
He's managed to get on there.
How did he do, by the way? I saw him throw a terrible interception.
He did well.
He didn't do too bad.
Yeah, it was actually a good game for Zach Wilson. He threw 2 touchdowns. He threw a pick, and it was a bad pick, but he's a rookie.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. He threw 2 TDs. He ran one in 2, which was great. And honestly, like there's as amazing as this is to hear, the Jets offense, there's a couple of players that are actually genuinely exciting.
This is like the third time you've said it with like real belief.
Yeah.
And it's great. Yeah, I'm happy.
It's partly like it's almost mostly Elijah Moore, who looks real good. I mean, he had a couple of drops in the game, but again, he's still a rookie too. But I mean, like the past couple of weeks, he's been one of the top receivers in the league. He's been catching touchdowns every game. He had 12 targets in this game, and only came down to six balls, but he got a touchdown too. I mean, it's a loss, but it's one of those losses that isn't so bad because like there were positive things to be said. So yeah. Just keep Tankathon open, I guess.
Keep Tankathon open. There you go.
Enjoy the 6 game descriptions you get to feel this positivity for until we get to the Monday night game.
Yeah. We do still, after this week, have the 4th pick and the 5th pick in the NFL draft. So that's pretty cool.
Even with the Seahawks winning,
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's pretty neat. Then we had the Cardinals Bears.
Yeah.
Woo!
33-22.
33-22. The Cardinals literally just won the game by being better. That was pretty much it.
Kyler Murray barely even threw.
It was raining and cold. So,
barely even threw.
They just ran the ball a lot. And
he still threw 2 touchdowns.
Yep. And Andy Dalton threw 4 interceptions.
Yep.
2 touchdowns. And I mean, there's really nothing crazy or good that happened in this game. It was just Cardinals were better.
Looked much more like the early season version of himself. I feel like he had a mid-season slump, but he's back to form, I think.
Yeah, I think he had that ankle thing that was bothering him, so maybe that's getting better.
Oh,
now.
Right, yeah.
So, granted, against the Packers, he didn't have the ankle problem yet, and he looked kind of mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, he's still pretty young too, right? Like this is only is this his 2nd year or 3rd year?
I think it's his 3rd year.
Right? 3rd year.
Yeah.
Well, because last year we were like, oh, he's coming into his own now. They're gonna make the playoffs, and they fell apart at the end of the season. They didn't make it.
Yeah.
Playoffs. Then speaking of teams falling apart, we had the Chargers and the Bengals.
Yeah.
What?
Bengals bungled it, dude.
Yeah. Did you see the Joe Burrow finger thing? That was
no. He fingered somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Urban Meyer's on the phone. Pretty much he got hit and his pinky got dislocated. And he was legit throwing on the sidelines. They show him through a pass, and after he threw it, he was like, ah! And then he just went back in and was playing like nothing. So I was like, okay, well, I don't know how he's doing that.
Lots of morphine.
Yeah. And I think that affected him going into the second. Granted, they were down like 21-3 or 24-3.
It was 24-0, I think, at one point, right?
Yeah.
And then they started clawing back into it, but then at that point it was too late.
Yeah. They got within like 24-21. I think they had the ball, and then Burrow like threw a pick, or I think they fumbled it, and then the Chargers picked it up and ran it back for a touchdown. Something like that happened.
Yeah.
And then it was over.
2 picks in the game.
Yeah. So one of those games where you're like, Chargers are a good team, I think, until they lose to like a bad team, and Chargers.
It still kind of feels like a Phillip Rivers team in that like I expect them to go to the playoffs and lose probably immediately.
It really does, yeah.
Oh God, the slow motion zoom in with him on the sideline of the fingers.
I always love when they're just like, what happened to that finger? Get a zoom in on it, folks.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I mean, like it's hard to tell exactly how dislocated. It's not dislocated just at the joint, by the way. It's like on the knuckle.
Yeah.
And you can't really see like without even the zoom in. I mean, it's bad, but it's not until they try to put the tape on it and you see the angle of the tape compared to the rest of the flow of his hand and palm and stuff that you really get a sense for just how sideways it was. And good God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sideways.
That's one of those things like, when you just casually throw around a football, you sometimes you can jam your finger and it really fucking hurts.
Yeah.
But like, you don't think about it, but like the NFL players, they've jammed so many goddamn fingers on those footballs.
Probably.
Like it's probably just like a common thing. Like you probably still make that mistake sometimes and get your finger jammed. Like if you're a receiver,
you
like
subconsciously pop your knuckles. Like
yeah, I did. Yeah, no, yeah. Makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's it's a rough loss for them, but I think they'll still be okay.
Yeah, probably.
The Chargers are just such a flip-floppy team, man.
Yeah. It is weird.
Like 1 week they look like Herbert looks really good. It's like, man, there's nothing that's gonna stop like Los Angeles at all. And then they come up against the Bengals, like, oh, like the Bengals have been on a roll. Like they should be able to destroy the Chargers. And then the Chargers end up playing like some of their best football that they've played in the entire season.
Yeah.
It's just feast or famine for them.
And then they lose to the Broncos.
They lose to the Broncos.
They lose to the Vikings and Chargers. Then we had the Rams Jaguars. Woo! I mean, if you didn't see this one coming,
37-7.
Rams were pissed off. They haven't won in a month. And the Jaguars, they're just like, all right, let's just kick the shit out of them. And they did. So,
Poor Trevor Lawrence, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's having a real rough year too, right? Like he's
doing his Jaguar-y best, but he needs to. They need to get him some help.
He does need help. He went 16 of 28 for 145 yards.
Yeah, he's got 5.9 yards per attempt this year, which is quite low, and 9 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. So not so good.
Yeah,
but a rookie.
Help. He is a rookie, so he's learning. He'll be better next year, and they'll have better players next year as well.
In theory, yeah.
In theory, yeah. On the other side, Stafford 295, 3 touchdowns. Sonny Michel 121 and a touchdown. Cooper Kupp 129 and a touchdown. And Odell Beckham had a touchdown. There you go.
Yeah, and this game put Stafford over 30 TDs on the year, which, wow, actually, he's only done once. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Oh, wait, no, he's done it twice because he had the 2011 year where he threw 41 touchdowns.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Detroit Lions football.
Yep.
So
Megatron years.
Yep. Then we had the Hogs.
The Hogs. Go
beat
Hogs.
the Raiders.
Yeah.
And that brings them to 500. And if the playoffs started today, they'd be in the 6th seed.
Go Hogs.
And they'd take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, they're gonna be the Buck Killers again, dude.
That's gotta be. If there's any team that can beat the Bucks, it's probably the Hogs.
No.
Tom Brady's greatest kryptonite is NFC East meme team.
It didn't
really
happen last year. It's not going to happen this year.
I don't know.
I do.
And the Raiders, in Raider fashion, did Raider things. 249 for Derek Carr with no TDs, no picks. Josh Jacobs 52 and a touchdown, and Hunter Renfrow 102 yards. But that was about it.
Hey, what's been a great fantasy pickup is Raiders kicker Daniel Carlson, since they've been completely unable to score touchdowns on most drives. That's been real nice
true
for me.
You know who hasn't been a good fantasy football trade was Joe Mixon for Josh Jacobs there.
I mean, Jacobs did have a pretty good game this game, to be fair. 9 catches for 38 yards and a TD on the ground.
True.
But overall, I would definitely agree that you made a mistake on that one.
Yeah.
That's what I get. That's what I get.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
But look at the NFC East now, folks, because it is getting close.
I will go look at it.
The football team, the Hogs, have won 4 in a row.
Yep.
They are now 2 games behind the Cowboys, and they play the Cowboys twice.
So the only possible way that this is going to transpire is that all of these teams end up at either 8-7 or 7-8 by the end of the year.
And it is possible.
And I think the likely result then is going to be a Cowboys team that still sits atop of this division.
Well, let's take a look at the schedules now. So we've got Cowboys football team coming up this week. So that's a big game.
I sincerely hope the Hogs beat the Cowboys both games just to make that parity distribution more likely.
Oh, yeah. Cowboys
I can see it happening, honestly.
Yeah. Cowboys still have to play the Cardinals. So that's they get the Giants. I can see that being a win, but and then they play the Eagles the final week. So they still got to play the Eagles, who are also 2.5 games back. So they're right there as well.
Yeah, division is 8-4, 6-6, 6-7, and 4-8. So like literally, it's kind of all of them are technically could still come out. It would be hilarious if can the Giants still win the division? Are there enough games?
I don't think so.
The best they can do is finish even, I think, on the divisional matchups.
Yeah, the Cowboys would have to win out and then they'd have to hope the Cowboys lose every game and then the Giants have to win every game.
Yeah.
That's like pretty much it.
It'd be like 9-8 and
So they can.
Yeah, they can.
What we're
they
saying
still
is there's
technically
a
can.
chance.
This is the last week to see if they can. Because if they go on a winning streak now, then they can.
Dude, every week from now on is going to have massive playoff implications.
Yeah. Oh my God. Every game the Hogs play from here on out is a divisional game.
They might as well be a playoff game.
Yeah, pretty much.
They play the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Eagles, and then the Giants. So they literally play Cowboys, Eagles for 4 weeks back to back.
Yep.
Yeah, that's absurd.
That is
That
wild.
might be a little too far with the schedule.
Yeah, I think that's a little too
much.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they win even like 3 of those 4 games, like they're probably in first place.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be wild. I don't know. And the Raiders.
Sad that, it's like we don't have a whole lot of football left, guys.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this happened fast this year.
Get
It
down
did.
to it.
I know.
But we do got the
ended
extra
week
week.
1, and we gotta wait till the draft.
For exactly one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
we got
okay, Rob.
we got the extra game this year, so I mean, it might last a little longer comparatively.
Literally everyone else's team is doing well. Mine is continuing to fucking suck.
Oh, man.
Literally
Everyone else
last
in the
year.
podcast is like, wee!
Yeah.
It's
Oh
funny.
man, I just got a great meme in my head of like the 3 of us in the front car of a roller coaster, and then Rob in the, just all sad. I'm like, oh.
No,
Getting hit with your popcorn as it flies back. into
No,
the-
Rob forgot to get picked up by the cart, so he still had to start on the
He's not even on the ride.
Last year, everybody's on the ride, and then Rob's just like, "Hey, welcome, Bear. You get to be at the bottom of the division now." And then the next year, you're like, "Oh, sorry, I gotta go."
That's good.
Kill me.
It's all right, Rob. We're all rooting for you.
Yeah.
So then we had the Steelers Ravens.
Oh, baby, dude, this was my pick'em steal. I love this game.
You
Steelers.
This was the Ravens 2-point conversion game.
I
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a team now that I dislike more than the Ravens. I know I dislike a lot of teams, including the Saints, but after drafting Lamar Jackson, I think I actually hate the Ravens more than the Saints.
I mean, every time I start Hollywood Brown, he gets like 3 to 10 points, and when I sit him, he gets like 30, and I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
well, this was just one of those games where you're like, all right, here it is. The Ravens defense is tired. Let's go for 2, and then they didn't get it, so they lose.
Yeah. I think they were like I mentioned this when we were talking about it, but the like maybe it's just the Ravens were tired of playing fucking overtime games this year. They've already had 3.
Yeah.
So, maybe they're just like, you know what? Fuck this. Let's either win or lose right now and not deal with overtime either way.
I would I would say that that's a thing, except the fact that they have the greatest place kicker ever. And
no,
they
that's
win
very true.
from any distance.
Yeah.
They have played in 3 overtime games this year.
Yep.
And I believe, well, they've had like a few games that ended on the final play anyway.
Yeah.
Like the Lions game, the Vikings game. Or wait, that one was overtime. The Lions game.
No,
the
they had
Chiefs
a wild
game
year this year. Yeah.
They won at the end. Yeah, it's still
Very
pretty,
dramatic for the Ravens.
yeah.
I think they're probably the team that has had the most overtimes this year, right? Like I don't think anybody else
There
has
have
gotten
been
to 3.
several overtimes this year.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't
I
think
don't
anybody's
know.
had 3 to themselves. But maybe I'm wrong.
I'd have to check.
The-
Shout
Yeah.
out Najee Harris yet again, by the way. That
Yeah.
kid is legit.
Oh man,
And
Did you see that jump that he did and landed
Oh,
on his
yeah, that
shoulder?
was
I was
crazy.
like, oof.
yeah.
I was like,
A little
please,
scary.
Najee, be okay, please.
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson continues to put up numbers too, man.
Yeah.
Like they've actually got some really good young players on the Steelers offense.
Mm-hmm.
Except for their quarterback, who is not young.
Right, who is
Yeah.
ancient.
And a piece of garbage.
Yeah, well, you kind of
Yeah.
forget that sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
good to,
Never-
good to be
never forget
reminded.
That the Ben Roethlisberger used to be called the alternate saying of therapist. We'll just leave it at that for a while.
He's a piece of garbage.
He's not a good human being.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's not.
And then, hold on, I'm
He'll
looking.
retire soon, probably.
That's true. Yeah.
We can stop talking about him.
Yeah.
Thank God. I'm literally just trying to find the overtime, most overtimes. Raiders have
Oh,
had
gotcha.
2. Vikings had 2.
Yeah.
I think Ravens are actually the most overtimes this year.
With 3,
Yeah, I believe
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, 3 is a lot. Like,
Oh,
that's,
wait.
that's more than a team
mean,
should.
The
Yeah,
Raiders
yeah.
had 3. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh wow! See, no, there've been a bunch this year, man. It's crazy.
They have, yeah.
Yeah.
Raiders, Ravens, Raiders, Cowboys, and Raiders, Dolphins all went to overtime.
Said Raiders a lot there.
You did. It flooded my brain a little bit.
Yeah.
Raider.
I repeatedly message Shy over and over again every week, just telling her how much I hate her quarterback, and she's like, "I do too." Shy being a
Lamar
Ravens
Jackson.
fan.
Yeah.
He is. I mean, here's the thing: is like Lamar is an amazing athlete. The dude can run, but like it hits times where you're like, I don't know if he's.
There's times he looks like he has no idea how to play quarterback. He just makes really weird decisions, man. Like just nonsensical decisions, and then I can't tell if it's him or if it's like the bad play calling that the Ravens do. I hate watching him play. I can't watch Lamar Jackson play while being a Lamar Jackson fantasy owner. I can't.
I think it's the other thing is that like the Ravens offense isn't anything really to write home about, right? I mean they got like
Brown is great.
Yeah,
I mean,
Marquise
Mark
Brown
Andrews
is good.
Mark
Yeah.
Andrews is one of the
Mark
best tight
Andrews
ends in the
is
entire
great,
NFL.
Yes.
Like they've got weapons. It's just that it's the same thing that we talked about
Sammy
like
Watkins,
three years ago. Like if you shut down Lamar, the Baltimore Ravens have no offense. They can't do anything.
Yeah.
They can't just keep relying on their defense, which has not been that great this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, they just lost one of their best corners for the season. I think it's Humphrey.
What's his name?
Marlon
Yeah,
Humphrey.
Yeah.
Oh, that
So
sucks. Yeah.
that's not good for them. So I mean, they're atop of the division still, but I don't know if they're going to last there because
It's a yeah.
I mean, they do have the lead over the Bengals, who certainly just kind of got exposed too. So that whole division,
True.
Yeah, that whole
It's
division's
kind
kind
of a weak division.
yeah.
The record
Well,
doesn't
they-
show.
Well, despite the fact that like the whole division is 500 or better, which is so strange, but they're, like none of those teams are really particularly scary, honestly.
Yeah.
We've said it before, but the AFC North is like the kind of good AFC version of the NFC East. Like every year it's chaotic. It's like almost a different team wins every year, and they're all kind of good.
It's just a rotating. I mean, it's just a rotating glass door of like who wants to take it, other than Cleveland.
Yeah.
But I mean, the teams that you in the AFC you do not want to be playing right now. If today was the day, you don't want to be playing them. You do not want to be playing the Patriots. You don't want to be playing the Colts.
Yeah.
Either one of those teams are good to play right now. I mean, the Chiefs are also kind of streaking, but we'll get to them.
Yeah, I'd be pretty scared of them too.
But I would rather play the Chiefs than play the Colts or the Patriots.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
How about the Seahawks?
How about the Seahawks?
How about the Seahawks?
I'm surprised I was the only one to pick the Seahawks.
I was pretty sure the 49ers were going to win this game, man.
Yeah,
I was
I was
honestly
too.
very surprised.
Yeah.
I assumed
chances.
division game at home was going to be good for Seattle, so that's why I
Yep.
went them.
That's why I went
George
there, too.
Kittle finally having a blow-up game this
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
9 for 181 and 2 TDs. Good lord.
Mhm. Yeah, he was monstrous in that game.
Travis
They
Homer.
needed him with Debo out.
Mhm.
Yeah, Travis Homer, 80 yards and a touchdown. I think he had like a 70-yard touchdown run. Russell Wilson did pretty well.
Yeah.
Homer.
They put goddamn AP in there again for another fucking touchdown. He had 11
Yeah.
carries this
Oh yeah,
game.
Adrian
Dude,
Peterson.
He's been a goddamn freelancer this year.
Yep.
Yep.
11 carries, 16 yards, and a touchdown.
1.5 yards per game.
That
Hot.
is, that's something. Jimmy G.
Coach,
with
you need me to get 1 yard? I'll get you 1 yard. You need me to get you 2 yards? I'll get you 1 yard.
Unless if it's on the end zone. Then I'll get you a
Yeah.
touchdown.
Jimmy G with Jimmy G numbers: 20 of 30, 299, 2 TDs, 2 picks.
Yep.
That's a Jimmy G for you.
That is
Wow.
that's a Jimmy,
Jimmy
G
G.
stat line right there.
Call that the old Jimmy G. They don't let you use those anymore.
Yeah. Well, with that loss for the 49ers, they still hold on to the 7th seed. Somehow.
NFC's a mess, dude.
The NFC, the 6th and the 7th seeds are Washington and San Francisco. And then the teams right behind is Philadelphia, who's half a game behind both of them. And then the Vikings at 5 and 7, the Panthers at 5 and 7, the Falcons at 5 and 7, and the Saints at 5
Fucking
and 7.
Falcons, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's I honestly could see the Eagles taking the 49ers
Yeah.
spot at this rate.
I just want to clinch the NFC South so we can not care about what the rest of the teams do.
Yeah. I could see I think either it's going to be Vikings, Eagles, or 49ers probably. And then I think the Hogs will make it.
Go
Hogs.
I mean, go Hogs.
Go Hogs.
Go Hogs.
The Bucks clinch the NFC South, or no, they clinch a playoff berth with a win this week.
Yeah, the Packers play the Bears, so they need to beat the Bears. And then if the Vikings lose, they clinch. That's pretty nice.
Yep.
Speaking of clinching, the Chiefs are not going to clinch because they're only 8 and 4. But they won 22-9 in a.
They're closer to clinching.
They are closer to clinching. In a pretty boring game where Pat Mahomes kind of sucked ass.
Yep. Yeah.
Just Mahoming it up.
15 of 29, 184 and a pick.
Yeah, really
man.
having a
This is-
bad year.
That used to be one quarter for him.
Right.
I will say the interception he threw was Tyreek Hill's fault, who
Yeah,
should have caught it.
It wasn't Mahomes' fault.
Yeah, but that's still 15 of 29 without anything. So I don't know. I mean, the Broncos defense is decent, I guess.
Yeah.
Which
Javonte
is still
Williams.
almost 10 times the amount of attempts that Mac Jones did.
It's crazy how I kept looking at the stats and the score, and I'm like, ooh, the Broncos got the ball, and it was just always 10-3.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, okay. When are
Field
they?
goal city.
I was just looking at Pat Mahomes' stat line though this year, and it's very much shades of my worst year is a lot of QB's best year kind of thing going on. But it is a down year for him compared to his electric first 5 years or whatever.
I would love to see what the stat line is on teams that were runner up in the Super Bowl, their follow-up seasons record.
Oh, it's gotta be bad, right?
I bet there's
absolutely.
a pretty big drop off.
Yes.
I think you're right.
100%,
Yeah.
It's pretty normal unless you're the Patriots or you're Tom Brady. Like most teams end up being bad immediately after.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what Aaron Rodgers did because they won the Super Bowl in 2011.
Usually teams they get 1 year of being still good and terrifying, and then it just all starts to unravel. That's usually what happens.
Yeah. Well, I guess the Packers won in 2010, and Aaron Rodgers was only 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. But he went crazy in the playoffs. Then he had the next year, they went 15-1. He had 45 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and they lost to the Giants. Then the following year, he had 39 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. So not bad.
Yeah.
Mahomes, though, if you look at Mahomes' stats, like his first year, he had 50 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Which, literally his stats this year, except the touchdowns are cut in half.
Yep.
So far. Then he had 26-5, 38-6, and now 25-12. So, yeah, this is, without a doubt, his worst year he's had. So,
and it's still a good year for a QB. It's just, it's bad for him.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see if he rights the ship. But it feels like it's getting late into the season. We're like, yeah, he'll turn it around soon.
Yeah.
And you just keep waiting. You're like, well, I don't know. Here's the thing, though. They're still only a game back of the number 1 seed, which is the Patriots.
The Chiefs are gonna be fine. They're gonna be in the
they'll be
playoffs,
fine.
and Mahomes is gonna be leading them. They're gonna be fine.
I think the AFC playoffs is going to be wild because every one of those teams can beat the other team they're playing.
Yes.
So
100%.
Yeah. Like, I feel like in the NFC, it's going to be like Cardinals, Packers, Bucks. Yeah. That's mainly it.
It's weird because, like, the year started where the AFC seemed weaker, but I think the AFC is definitely stronger this year, even still. Like, now that we're nearing the end.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You said that so mercifully, Rob. Like, now that we're finally, thankfully,
now that the suffering is included,
I can get to my Super Bowl soon.
And speaking of getting your Super Bowls, we had the Patriots Bills.
Holy shit!
So,
what a game!
Let me remind you,
genuinely,
of
what a game!
The passing statistics.
Yep.
Mac Jones, 2 of 3, 19 yards.
Yep. Just repeat that again. 2 of 3.
Look
3
it up and
passes.
use your eyeballs to view it, and it doesn't feel right. It feels like they made a mistake.
And this was 2021, not 1921, which is amazing.
Yep. It's the first time a team has passed under or 5 times since I think it was 1984 in the snow or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a while.
They ran 49 plays. 46 of them were runs. So we should establish context for this as well, because it wasn't just the game plan to do this. It was the weather was a big factor here.
It was windy.
It was windy as hell, and it was very, very difficult to throw correctly. In fact, the Bills throw 30 times, so apparently they were willing to go for it. But the Patriots thought better and were like, let's just run. And more to the point, they just ran it up the middle. All the time until the third quarter. Midway through the third, they started going outside a little bit more, but until then, it was 90% was just boom, 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 right up the gut. And how did it keep working? How did it keep working? I don't understand. I'm flabbergasted, dude.
They won the game. They won the game throwing 3 times in 2021. It is actually completely absurd.
How did it happen?
And that it's more embarrassing than you lose by 20 points by getting thrown on.
Yeah.
Right? I feel this is just a complete a disrespect, Bill Belichick being I'm
playing
better
your
than
older
you.
brother in Madden, and he plays with one hand and doesn't even look at the play calls and just is like, hey, I don't know, whatever, up the middle, fuck it, who cares?
It's just after the game, they asked the Bills defense, Micah Hyde and Poyer, they were like, are you embarrassed? And they were like, don't ask that question. That's a dumb question.
That means yes.
Yeah, it means
that
yes.
means yes, absolutely. Yeah.
They just didn't have to. There was no reason to not run the ball. Damien Harris was just not stoppable. And then,
dude, if he hadn't gotten hurt, he would have ran for 150 tonight or last night. He was on fire, and he nearly took off for the end zone on another long one, but he had to limp off to the sideline because he got hurt again.
Yep.
I hate how much this has seeped into my conscience now. but every single time Ramondre Stevenson touched the ball, I could hear Crendor going, sleeper pick!
Dude, sleeper pick.
All the way across the entire country, I could hear Crendor in my damn brain saying, sleeper pick
Dude.
Ramondre Stevenson.
24 carries, dude.
Now
You know-
Damian Harris is hurt. It's
Yeah.
Ramondre Stevenson time.
Can you
True.
imagine a
God.
Patriots workhorse running back and it ends up being Crendor's sleeper pick? That'd be incredible.
I'm telling you. I'm starting him against Rob. I don't even care.
Do it, man.
It's
gotta
probably
get
a good idea, because he's going to get a lot of carries.
He's
probably.
going to get a lot of carries, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're-
it's either
yeah.
him or Hollywood Brown, and I think I trust him more than Hollywood Brown. He's
Yeah.
got a bye week. Are you shitting me?
Oh, no, the Pats are on bye?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's
Oh,
They got a
my
late
God.
bye, too.
Well,
You know,
he'll be ready
thing
for
that
the
I was gonna-
playoffs. That's what we
Yeah,
got.
there you go.
The thing I was gonna say is like this year has kind of felt like Bill Belichick. Like people have been asking since Tom Brady won the Super Bowl with the Bucks, like, oh, Bill was really not the greatest coach ever. He was just carried by Tom Brady. And Bill Belichick this year is like, no, I actually don't even need a quarterback at all. I'll have running backs. We'll win. We'll beat the top of the division, whatever.
Dude,
Like,
it's
fuck you guys.
it makes me really happy because like what's gonna go down historically is that after they split, people are gonna be like, oh, who was the better one? Who was the necessary component? Brady will have won a Super Bowl the year after leaving. Belichick will have won a Coach of the Year award 2 years after Tom left. So yeah, turns out it was both.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? It's both of them.
It won't
Absolutely unreal.
be both until Bill wins a Super Bowl, though.
Won't it?
Well, I mean,
Oh,
you know.
It's
He's
pretty
won
close.
8 or 9 or some
Tom-
ridiculous shit like that.
But Tom, I'm saying in the post Brady era.
Well,
That's
see,
that'd be
here's the thing.
true- That'd be the true litmus.
That's a fair. Well, I don't
Brady-
even know if
because
that's
Tom's-
fair though.
I would say,
Tom's already done it.
say, look, I would say it's actually unfair because we accept at least that Tom Brady is far and away the greatest QB of all time. There's
Oh,
not
yeah.
even someone who's really close besides
His name
like,
is
maybe Joe
Troy
Montana.
Aikman, and you've got
Yeah.
air in your skull.
yeah, yeah. So like Joe Montana is maybe arguable. I don't know, 2 or 3 Super Bowls ago. So to put that into perspective, that means that this coach lost the greatest QB of all time
All time.
and went 7-9. And then the following year, it looks like he's going to win the fucking division. So, like, I don't know. Like, I actually don't even think that it's a significant mark on his character. He also
a great point.
he trotted the corpse of Cam Newton out last year, and they got 7 wins.
Yeah.
So,
like
I mean,
Brady's
you
still
know.
playing with like a loaded.
Yeah,
fucking-
Brady's still one of the best rosters in the league right now.
Yeah,
So,
if not like easily the best offense, I feel like at
For
least,
sure, yeah.
or at least skill position players. Like
Yes.
you know,
Definitely.
by the way,
He's got like near prime Gronk again somehow. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is happening with that?
yeah.
And
Buffalo's
how?
Buffalo's average starting field position last night was the 40-yard line, but they scored once. So honestly, I mean, it
That
feels
was
like
a bigger story, dude.
the Bills'
Yeah.
offense was the reason they lost.
Well, it was the Patriots' defense, man.
Yeah.
True. Yeah,
It
Should've-
was.
and they're
I-
scary this year now.
I should have accepted that bet that Hippo Norris said weeks and weeks and weeks ago when I first said the Patriots are going to take the division. He was like bet on it, and I was like, nah, I don't bet unless I know, like, I actually know the person pretty well.
Mm-mm.
And
Well,
now I'm like, that's easy money.
Should have taken that money.
The
Taking that
Patriots,
cashola.
this is especially now, like, because we talked about it 2 weeks ago that the division runs through Buffalo and
We
New
set
England,
this as the game to decide the division, and it
Yes.
has basically at this
and
point.
it's now decided. The
Yeah.
Patriots will win the division.
And it's like it's super decided, right? Like they went to Buffalo, they went to like Buffalo's playing a home game here, and
Yeah.
the Patriots didn't fucking pass the goddamn ball. Like the division, like it's over. Like the Patriots have won the division. Like it's just insured now. I kind
a
of
moral victory at the very least.
yeah,
all
like
all the smoke signals talking about how Mac was like not prepared for the cold weather or whatever. Turns out he didn't even need to actually play in the game.
Yeah, who cares?
Be fine.
Some fun quotes from Bill Belichick. They said, "How are you doing this morning, Bill?" And he said, "A little run down, but good." Then
Okay.
they asked if
see what-
anything from they asked if anything from last night can be used to help prepare for the next time, and he said, "We can use our whole passing game, all the plays we haven't run yet."
Oh, damn, dude. Okay, now I'm starting to think that there's a little bit more to it. Ooh,
I would
baby.
expect that kind of shade only against the Jets. And he just,
Oh, he
wow.
hates the Bills too. I think a little bit. Bill hates the Bills.
I think he was pissed that they
It's-
won the division last year.
Yeah,
Might be, yeah.
jeez.
So he's just like, "Nah, that's mine."
Just roasting him.
Damn.
Oh.
That's wild.
Yeah, this is an embarrassing loss. Like for them to actually to have their starting QB throw for 19 total yards.
He threw 3 passes.
Yeah.
and to lose. I mean, it's and this even the even the score is literally out of the 1920s, 14-10. Like it's just absurd.
Dude, and the runs were constantly impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From a skill position standpoint and from a team standpoint. Like, dude, that O-line is solid. No wonder Mac looks so comfortable going behind that line every game. I'd be comfortable. Shit.
Yeah, seriously.
He's definitely the rookie QB in the best situation, which I guess is not surprising because he's
Do
got,
they still have
you know,
Scarnecchia
I don't know.
coaching? Let me look that up. I
Maybe.
think he might have retired again.
You could show me a picture of that, and I still wouldn't know who you're talking about.
Sorry, that might be too inside
Yeah.
football here.
No,
He was their offensive line coach for a long time.
Was he
Yeah.
there when we were there?
No.
Okay.
Classic.
No, we would. Yeah, no. He retired again. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
All right.
that's the AFC East.
I hate it.
And
I hate it. I hate it.
Like, oh yeah, the end of the game. I forgot to mention. There's like the Bills play where like they had like multiple chances to get a touchdown. They just couldn't do it. On top of all that.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's
All right.
this week in football power rankings.
Football power ranking.
Thank you, Coach Krendor. We're back now in the driver's seat. Thank you. Shout out to my colleague Bear Taffy for filling in for me last week.
Yep.
Appreciated it.
Yeah.
Thank you for making me sound like a drunken slurred mess at the beginning. But
You're
You know
listening
how
to
you
it.
sound every day when you talk, right?
yeah, it's time for the power ranking. Here we go. Top 5, starting with Robert.
Let's go with the Cardinals.
That is correct. Down to Bear Taffy.
You gotta lay off the bottle a bit,
He's
buddy.
been
Let's
hitting
go
the
with
sauce.
let's go with the Patriots.
That is correct.
Oh,
Coach Krendor.
Green Bay Packers.
Correct. 2 left, Robert.
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Woo! And Bear for the dunk.
Could that be the Kansas City Chiefs?
As correct. The top 5 in the power rankings, NFL.com power rankings. Packers, Cardinals, and Bucks all stayed in the exact same spot they were. I'm surprised that the Cardinals didn't actually move up by 1 there, Dan. The Patriots, the hottest team in the NFL, Rob, now climbing 1 spot from 5th to 4th. And they've usurped Kansas City spots, which now have dropped 1 spot from 4th to 5th. Rounding out the top 10, the Dallas Cowboys at 6th. The Bills now falling to 7th. The Rams re-enter the top 10 at 8th. The Colts now screaming ahead to 9th. And finally, the Los Angeles Chargers making their way back from the brink of being out of the top 10. Now, going on over here.
I was just going to say, you said the Cardinals should have moved up, but actually they lost to the Packers, which is probably
Now
why they're
going
sitting
over
in
here
2.
to Robert for the thinnest dink. Rob, this team has risen 5 spots. 5 for the longest and thinnest dink of all time for this week. Name that team, Rob. I'll give you a hint. I've already said their name. That's the only thing I'm going to say.
Is it the Kansas City Chiefs?
It is not the Kansas City Chiefs. It is the Los Angeles Chargers now. Screaming ahead 5 spots, jumping all the way from the 15th spot to the 10th spot. for the Chargers. Despite being so flippy-floppy, they have usurped the Bengals, now falling from the 7th to the 11th spot. Not the fattest doink, by the way, which I'm going to leave to Bear Taffy. Bear, this team has fallen 5 spots. Now, careening down the mountain from 14th to 19th, name this NFC
Minnesota
team.
Vikings.
That is correct.
Wow.
The
Easiest
Minnesota
doink of my life, dude.
Vikings, with the fattest doink dropping all the way to 19th from the 14th spot, now sitting at 5-7. They've been outpaced by such amazing teams as the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Washington Hogs, and the Cleveland Browns, which stayed at the 16th spot. Now, Coach Krendor, true or false? The Denver Broncos.
True.
Oh, all right.
The Denver Broncos are ranked above the Seattle Seahawks.
True.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
I'll give you another one, Coach, to make it up. This is
I thought you were going to say you give him a hint.
Not going to give you a hint. So, follow-up redemption arc, Coach. True or false? The Seattle Seahawks are ranked above the Las Vegas Raiders.
False.
That is correct. The Raiders sitting at the 21st spot now, barely eking out over the Seattle Seahawks, which have climbed 4 spots to this 22nd spot. And the Broncos also fell 4th. Again, not the fattest doink, as we already talked about. From the 19th to the 23rd spot. Now, Coach, here comes the tiebreaker. This is it, the humdinger of all humdingers.
All right.
Coach Krendor, true or false? The Detroit Lions, your Detroit Lions, are ranked above the 3-9 New York Jets.
Is this me?
I think it's Krendor, right?
It's Grindor,
Oh,
right?
wait, it's me?
Yeah, it's you. You're the only coach here, Coach Krendor. It even says the redemption arc.
Jeez. True.
That is false. Thanks for the dramatic build-up, Coach. You're the king of segues. The New York Jets are still ranked above the 1-10-1 Detroit Lions now. And we'll just go ahead and read up the Jets write-up by Dan Hansis before we get the pick'ems here. The Jets' previous rank, number 29, they are still ranked 29th. Let's focus on the positive that came out of the latest episode of the lopsided Jets loss. Zach Wilson showed some legitimate promise with an excellent first half against the Eagles. The rookie quarterback, who seemed overwhelmed for long stretches of his rookie season, led the Jets to a touchdown on each of his first 3 possessions, breaking a season-long trend of slow starts to begin his NFL career. Zach Wilson moved well on his injured knee and unfurled some precise lasers that sparked the imagination of excitement-starved Jets fans at the Meadowlands. New York's defense is an abomination that doesn't allow them to be competitive on most weeks, but a strong finish by Wilson will send the organization into the offseason on a high. Jets. And that's going to do it for the power rankings. Back up to Rob Bear, coach in the booth for Pick'ems. Now you speak, Coach Krendor. I passed it to you. It's on you.
Thank you. Well, I wanted to mention from the Manning cast, because it was happening last night, that they actually had Joe Buck.
Joe Buck.
Yep. And he roasted Peyton Manning. They're talking about if he ever wanted to have a guest up in the booth to help, like, liven things up or something. He was like, yeah, I could have used one during the Broncos-Seahawks Super Bowl. Absolutely dunked on.
I mean, they've been, that whole cast has been just dunk on Peyton. Show,
it really is, yeah.
It's partly because Eli leads the charge on
That's
just
true,
dunking on Peyton as often as he can.
He was very, very successful as a quarterback, so he can take it.
So it was, good that
Aqib Talib was also a very good guest. I would say he's probably one of the best guests that they've had on the Manning cast.
He was good. They think he said that he even mentioned the Patriots wanted to bring him in to cover tight ends, and then they were like looking at the schedule and it was all really good tight ends. He's like, nah, I'll pass.
Yeah.
So it's funny. But Pick'ems.
Still
We're
number
stats
1.
first.
The king is here and here to stay.
Yeah, I'm getting owned in the stats this year.
In the Pick'em stats, this week I went 10-5. Sinvicta went 10-5. Rob went 9-6. Bear went 12-3.
Oh, baby.
Apollo 8-7. Randy 7-7. And Discord 10-5.
Yeah.
Bonus
I'm
stats.
coming back, baby. Y'all were counting them out.
That's
Week
true.
6.
It's true.
Everybody was counting them out. And
That is in
now it's
third.
rising. It's wild out there.
Yeah.
Dinkin and Doinkin. Dinkin and Doinkin.
Dinkin' and doinkin'.
Dinkin' and doinkin'.
Thinnest dinks are chosen more often than fattest doinks this season, 65 versus 34. Rob has chosen the most thinnest dinks, and Apollo has chosen the most fattest doinks.
This is somehow getting more and more convoluted as time goes by.
I'm not gonna
really
lie.
lost most
It's gonna be
of
like
the
cryptic Rosetta Stone text, like that you're gonna find thousands of years from now.
The
Please
thinnest
don't
dink.
include this in the capsules that you show the aliens. It's not an accurate representation of humanity.
The thinnest dink is the team that's risen.
Yes.
Okay, and the doink is the fallen.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm doing it.
That's like the log line for our podcast. The doink is the fallen. Just, say it in a low text with a slow version of it. Yeah.
I'm Gilbert Godfrey. The doink is the fallen. And you're listening to the Thinnest Dink podcast.
We almost really don't need him to do it. Like we can just listen to it.
Yeah. We should just get another celebrity to pretend to be Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh, that would almost be better.
Honestly, we
That
could
would be
probably
hilarious.
just find like old NFL player. Like just on the website. Like, here's everyone's favorite, like Martin Gramatica. It's like random. Here's Mark Sanchez.
We get
No,
OJ
we need to get
again.
Rodrigo Blankenship to do it, dude. That would be
Yeah.
Oh, now we're talking.
I was gonna
Or
say we
Melvin
should get
Gordon.
OJ to do it just for the hilarity of it all, but then
Oh.
Rodrigo would be better.
I'm not sure he's on the
He is
the
on.
sites.
I'm sure he probably is.
Yep. I was looking through. There's a lot of just random athletes, even current athletes on there.
Really? That's funny.
Yeah. Two-factor pick
Pick'ems.
authentication. There have now been 11 double locks this season, 8 and 3. All
Ah.
time, there's been 31.
I'm surprised it's actually even that low win
Yeah.
rate.
I am too. Unanimous selections have been less successful this year than in the past. This season, 51 and 34. Previous was 90 and 33, so a 13% drop.
That speaks to chaos year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So than any of the previous stats has.
Hey, for the amount of
very
chaos
chaos
picks
here.
I have, I'm still doing very all right up there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. Everyone
Could be
still
lending
has
to it.
It's definitely why.
everyone still has one team they have not picked against this season, except Randy.
Still.
Yeah.
Mine's got to be the Bucks because I don't think I've ever picked against them.
Mine's
Yeah,
probably the
pretty
Packers.
Yeah. Mine's probably the Bucks too, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure mine's also the Bucks.
Yeah. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
And Krendor has not picked the Steelers after any of their losses this season. After wins 4 and 5, after losses of 6.
A little bit of a recency bias there for you, bud.
Yeah, I think so. And I don't know if I'll pick them very often because they got a tough schedule.
Yeah.
Well, get ready to pick them this week because you gotta.
Yep.
Pick them.
Here we go. Pick 'em time.
Segue.
Let's start it out with the Thursday night battle.
Ooh.
Steelers Vikings.
Yep.
Dinger.
All right. So do we pick the team that just lost to the Lions, or do we pick the shambling corpse of Ben Roethlisberger?
You take Ben Roethlisberger.
I'm gonna take the Minnesota Vikings.
I'm gonna take the Steelers.
That's the ambulance going to pick up Roethlisberger right now.
I have no earthly idea, but something is telling me to pick the Vikings. So
They
I'm
lost
gonna do it.
to the Lions.
I know, man, but
That's true.
this dude.
They've got no defense.
They've got
Justin
offense. Jefferson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
and that's it.
That's
That
kind
might
of
be
it,
all they
yeah.
need.
Might be all they need.
Najee will run over that defense.
All
And
right,
I will enjoy my first 1-0 start.
He's not going to be running when they're down 14-0 in the first quarter.
Yep.
He's right. He's right.
I'm
All right,
taking the
Look at
Vikings.
I'm looking at the the Vikings pad the rushing defense. I'm curious.
All right.
All of you can pick the Vikings. It's fine. I will extend my lead.
All right. Yeah. What is their run
Oh my god.
defense?
Okay, so they are the worst in the league in passing and rushing yards. So
Yeah.
That's why it's gonna be a shootout that Big Ben can
Nope.
keep up with his arms falling off.
No.
Either way, Vikings win. Saints Jets.
Saints.
Jets.
What?
Jets.
Wow. Is Taysom Hill gonna be playing?
I don't know.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I mean it probably doesn't.
Yeah, I'm
The
taking the
Saints-
Saints.
The Saints have to win this game. So
They do. I'm taking the Saints.
I
And they-
pick Saints games horribly, so these are probably
That's
the right
true, he
choices you
does.
guys are making.
I'm picking the Saints, even though I really, really, really want to pick the Jets.
All right.
Yeah. I mean the Jets might win this game. It's possible.
It's
but
possible.
It's
Jets.
unlikely. Yeah.
I'd put it at a
Thank you, Bear. I picked the Saints.
28% chance the Jets win.
Go Jets.
That seems fair.
Falcons Panthers.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Cares.
I threw up in my mouth a little bit.
I guess.
I mean the
I'll
Panthers
go-
are coming off a bye. I guess I'll go
Yeah.
Cats.
They don't have CMC, and the Falcons just got shellacked by the Bucks.
I'm gonna take the
Yeah.
Falcons because I think Cordell Patterson can probably win.
Yeah.
Falcons are actually in playoff contention, which is
So
stupid.
Yeah.
So are the
Some more the
Panthers.
Panthers. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus.
This is a must-win game for both of them.
For
and
both.
I put my faith in the quarterback that has more playoff experience, which is actually the Falcons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. Oh, these pick'ems suck.
It's been rough this year.
Yeah. Panthers, I guess. Jesus.
Yeah, Bear, let's go.
Ugh, I don't feel good about it, though.
Seahawks Texans.
Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks.
Lock the Seahawks.
Wow.
Whoa.
This Texans team is bad, dude.
They
Yeah,
are
but
bad.
like the Seahawks aren't very good either, to be
Yeah,
honest.
good
Yeah.
enough to beat the Texans.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Seahawks.
take the Seahawks.
Although we're bad on unanimous picks
That's
this year.
true.
That's very true. I'm worried about
I'm still
that
taking
now,
the
too.
Seahawks.
I think I might be over forced. The pick'ems here.
Raiders Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah, it's Chiefs, but like it's a divisional game. You
Raiders
never
always
know.
play them tough.
Yeah,
The Raiders are going to score 6 field goals in this game.
Raiders
see
beat
it.
the Chiefs, didn't they? A few weeks
They
ago.
did.
this year.
Yeah.
I
They
think
did.
so. Yeah,
But that
Although,
was,
the-
that was in
the-
Vegas, though.
Yeah.
and it's before the Chiefs 5-game win streak.
Yeah, that
too.
was also
Yeah.
that was also the end time of that. They're on the down of Patrick's slide there. So.
He's still sliding. He's not doing too
Well,
great.
Yeah.
he's still sliding, but the rest of the offense is waking up. So.
This
Yeah.
feels like
In
another
that game-
weird. I don't know.
It's
In
cheap.
that game, which was on November 14th, less than a month ago, he threw for 5 touchdowns and 400 yards.
true.
Yeah.
It's what began the slide.
All right, I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Screw it.
Yeah.
That'll leave me open to picking weird other games.
Yeah.
Ravens Browns.
Oh.
Man,
I'm
these
gonna go
division
Browns.
games. I'm tempted to, but I'm definitely
As
picking
much
Ravens.
as you guys really want the Browns to win, the Ravens are still big brother in this bout.
The Ravens
It's-
got shit on by the Browns this year.
Yeah, but the Browns aren't the Steelers. Oh wait, you're saying
Yeah.
the Browns from the this
The Browns
year?
beat the Ravens this year. Yeah.
Oh
They did,
right, yeah.
They
no,
won like
wait, no, they
40
didn't.
to 17.
What are you talking about? The Ravens beat the Browns this year.
Wait, what?
The Ravens beat the Browns 16-10.
We're getting
What am I
older.
thinking of?
All the years are
Oh,
bleeding
I'm
together.
thinking of the Bengals Ravens.
You guys are thinking
game.
the Bengals, yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Oh yeah. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah, it's
in
Ravens.
fairness, they are colored that way to be purposefully misleading. So
To confuse
You know.
old men like
yeah,
yeah, they got the
Old,
stripes
old
on the
30-year-olds.
helmet. You see. I'm still
it's
taking the
Ravens.
Browns.
Okay.
I'm going Ravens.
I'm gonna go Ravens, but I don't know. I think the Browns. This might be like a good comeback game for them.
I think it is too. Yeah.
It won't be.
You're wrong. Cowboys.
Go Hogs.
Hogs. Go Hogs.
Go Hogs!
Hogs.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Cowboys though.
Come on, we need the anonymous hog pick.
Yeah, but that would be we just learned. Yeah,
That's true. The unanimous picks. Well, this way, our hog pick isn't unanimous, so we get the wins while Rob loses.
Hey, there you go. I like
That
that.
is true.
Go Hogs.
Go Hogs. Jaguars, Titans.
Titans.
Titans, yeah.
Locking. Yep, the Titans.
Yeah.
Wow.
This feels like one of those games
Yeah.
where the Titans are
It's
bad.
a divisional game.
It's divisional. Titans are bad against bad teams, good against good teams. I'm going Jaguars.
Wow.
Oh man,
Sign it up.
look at your chart over the last
And
month.
this man wonders why he's just careening down the side.
down the range.
I'm not Korea. I'm
picking-
rising up. I'm going up right now.
He did have a winter week last week.
Yeah.
let's be fair.
Yeah. After a plateau for 2
Yeah,
weeks.
Yeah.
You mean after like just going like straight down? Like
Yeah.
look at week 7 through week like 10 of Crane
Look
War.
at the last 2 weeks. We're going up, and I'm taking the Jaguars.
I believe the quote of those 3 weeks of that 3-week span was it's gotta happen sometime. It's gonna win.
And it's
starting
happening.
to.
I'm rising.
Okay.
Chargers, Giants.
Giants will not win this game.
I'm locking the Chargers.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I will also take electricity.
I'll take the Chargers. Yeah.
Well, now they're definitely going to lose,
Yeah. Pretty much cursed it.
which is fine because Crendor locked them.
Yeah. I'll be fine. Lions, Broncos.
Broncos.
I kind of want to take the Lions.
take the Lions.
You guys should do it so that I can take the Broncos. I'll take the Broncos.
I've already taken the Broncos, Rob.
No, I know, but I mean, like, I would feel less bad about taking the Broncos if other people took the Lions. Because I kind of want to take the Lions.
Probably gonna take the. I'm taking the Broncos.
You've got the Pick'em's leader picking that team, Rob. You're fine.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Actually, you know what? I think the Broncos are going to win.
Yeah.
Okay, now,
It's the Lions.
Ah, shit. Sorry, Lions.
now I lock the Lions.
You're going to lock the
You
Lions?
son of a bitch.
No, I'm not going to do that. I pick
However,
the Broncos. My
the
lock
Broncos.
is still the Titans.
I want to pick the Lions, but I'm still taking the Broncos.
Just pick them
'cause
then.
I don't want to. I want to take the
Pick 'em, you
Broncos.
pansy.
You just said you
If
wanted.
you're gonna be
I
a
have
big
a
old bitch
feeling-
about it, if you're gonna be a big baby, I'll pick the Lions. I'm
Let's
picking the Lions.
go.
Yeah, Crendor.
I
oh,
was
it's gonna
saying,
happen, and then
okay, I think the Broncos are going to come into their home stadium and they're going to be mad that they lost. The Lions will be riding a little too high after their win. They're like, well, now what do we play for? We won. And then the Broncos are going to just win.
And now they
can
can
see
focus back on tanking again.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
49ers, Bengals.
I want to pick the Broncos. Actually, I changed my mind.
All right.
Yeah.
Jeez, yeah, I don't know, dude. Jeez, this whole
boy.
week has been
Is-
weird.
It's every week this season, man. I
Especially
feel
the
like.
last few.
Yeah.
I'm taking the
Debo-
Bengals.
Is Debo going to
yeah,
return?
that's the story of this
Yeah.
one for
Good
sure,
question.
dude.
Is Debo playing this week?
I don't
Let's
think
see.
he's gonna. I think they're gonna play it safe, but they
I'm
do need
Googling
to
it.
win.
Yeah. I'm still taking the Bengals.
Okay,
Oh,
49ers
boy.
news, Debo Samuel and Fred Warner could return this week.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
gotten-
okay, 49ers see Fred Warner as closer to returning than Debo Samuel.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'd be very surprised if they had Debo.
I
play
have
this
more
week.
faith in a healthy Burrow versus Jimmy G, but
Oh,
with
Burrow's
that
not
pinky-
healthy
Oh,
either,
that's right.
that
geez.
pinky, I gotta go Niners.
Yeah, you know what? I think you just pushed me over to San Francisco too.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I'm in because I
All
forgot
right.
about that injury.
I'm still thinking Bengals win this. Apparently, Burrow's going to be playing anyway. He doesn't care.
Yeah,
That's not a good idea.
Yeah, but I don't know. He's going to play.
Okay.
Woo! Bills, Buccaneers.
Go Bucks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
that's
This could
the-
be.
That's another
Buffalo's
Bucks
got to
win.
be pissed
The
off,
last
right?
time that you were like, oh, really? I'm going Colts. The heck?
The Bills. I'll remind you that this was very true. The last time I talked about Tom Brady loving to beat a team, Tom loves to beat the Bills, dude. It's his
Yeah.
fucking favorite.
This is disrespectful of the NFL scheduling committee to put the Patriots
and Bucks,
right next to each other. That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, that's mean.
Dude, I didn't know how much Tom loved beating Indianapolis until I watched the
Yeah, I
Hard
told
Knocks
you, dude.
episode. Holy crap. That man absolutely hates Indy. Holy shit.
I think that both Bill Belichick and Tom Brady have been driven purely by hatred for this entire
bit. Yeah.
Dude, I cannot believe how much they hate the Colts.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
it was in the post game interview with
dude,
Tom.
they've got like an actual good reason to really hate them, like beyond like a football thing. Like they hate that organization for the Deflategate bullshit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, they absolutely
it's
hate 'em.
valid hatred.
Yeah.
It's like Michael
Bucks.
Jordan, where he would just make up stories that hate people. He's like, yeah, that guy looked at me funny, so I was like, I'm gonna score 80 on him tonight.
Yeah, no, like that kind of motivation shit, like that happens for Brady and Bill for sure. But like, no, I'm talking like this is legitimate reasons.
They
wanna beat
really
the hell out
do.
of them all the time.
They really do hate the Colts. Like I was shocked at just how vile they talked about the Colts, man. Like
C bombs left and right. Man.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, they're calling them cowards and chumps,
Well,
Cheeseheads.
cheeseheads.
whoa.
The worst of that. Krendor, yeah, we
Whoa.
gotta be careful around him.
Yeah, that's the
Well-
other C word, Krendor.
You know what? I'm taking the
How
Bills
dare you.
still.
Wow.
Oh, this
I
guy,
think they're gonna
okay.
come back this week with a vengeance.
Okay.
I do. And here's the thing: how do you beat the Buccaneers, Invicta?
You pass on them.
Exactly. And I think they're gonna pass.
The problem
Yeah.
is that the Bills' offensive line is not good versus the defensive line of the Bucks, which actually is good. In fact, it's our best trait.
Maybe get a little
Is
rollout
very
action.
good.
And the Bills
Roll out.
can't run.
They
Yeah.
can't, but that's why they pass. They beat the Buccaneers. I'm still taking the Bills.
All right, well, enjoy
That's why
going.
they forced 30 passes in like the worst
In the
weather
wind, yeah.
in the last 10 years.
Coach
for
Krendor
football
once again
games.
going 9-7 this week.
I'm telling you, this is a win. Then we got Packers, Bears.
Go.
Packers.
Packers.
Go Bears.
Wow.
What?
It's gonna be Packers.
All right,
Yeah,
I was
it's
gonna
Packers.
say, yeah, it's Packers. I didn't think you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Come on.
And then Rams, Cardinals.
Oh, baby.
Good. Another 2 good weeks of Monday night football
Yeah.
in a row.
Yeah, man. This is going to be a great game.
This
This
is
will be
It's
very
gonna
exciting.
be the Arizona
Oh,
Cardinals.
sorry.
Yeah. The Rams are on the wrong side of
I don't know.
bad spell here.
I just got I got a new phone. I just got a phone call, and the name was Scam Likely. So
That's not a good name for your business.
Yeah, Scam Likely.
Dude, that's a great rap name right there.
probably the same dude
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
named Scam Likely. And he's like, no one ever answers my phone calls.
I would answer. I'd be like, "Let's see how likely this is." I want to see how likely
You
this
think
is.
you're so
Yeah.
smart, phone.
Well, how about this? I'm gonna answer it.
I'm going to take the. I don't know.
It's tough. I think
Yeah.
I'll take the Rams, but I don't know.
I want to take the
Cardinals.
Rams, and that's
It's
why I'm going to
Cards.
take the Cardinals.
Yeah. That's the
That's
smart
Krendor
play.
logic for you. He's like, well, 2 + 2 might be 4, but I'm gonna say it's 3.
On the off chance, you know.
It's
One
gonna
of these-
happen sometime.
One of these days.
One of these days.
Wait, no, I haven't gotten a lock. I haven't locked. Who do I lock?
Gonna lock.
Lock
I'm
the
gonna
Jets.
lock.
Lock the Jets. Lock the Jets.
What are you talking? Get out of your fucking mind. I'm gonna lock the Packers.
Hey,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we got Randy. Hold on.
Yeah, we got Randy.
Here we go.
Randy's got a pick.
Randy is taking the Steelers, the
Okay.
Jets,
Wow.
the Falcons,
Oh,
the
boy, all right.
Texans,
Oh,
the Raiders,
Oh, Randy.
the Browns,
Randy.
the Hogs,
Jeez, it all looks it.
the Titans,
Okay.
the Chargers,
Yep.
the Broncos,
Go, Randy.
Okay.
the Bengals,
He's pulling
Yeah.
it
the
out.
Bills,
Oh
That's
boy.
wow.
the Packers,
Uh-huh.
and the Rams.
Man, Randy's going 7-7 again.
But yeah, watch him go 16-0.
Yep, probably. It's gotta happen. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button. And whatever else you want to do. I don't know. Just listen, please. And that's it. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.